I'm so proud to be here to tell you a little bit about me. I am down 41 pounds. I have no pain in my body, no doctor appointment talking about hip replacement. I feel great. I'm very happy and proud. But the real deal tonight is I would love and I'm honored to introduce you to our presenter tonight. He has positioned himself where money is no longer an issue. He loves to help people, and he does that from his heart, even if he's driving and got me scared to death. Oh, I won't go there. I tell you, he's just that kind of guy. He's had a lot of fun to be with. He's very talented. I mean, the list goes on and on. But the main thing is, he knows all the facts about our business. So, with that being said, and without further ado, let me introduce you guys to the one and only one, John Hilliard.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Highness. I call her Her Royal Highness, Queen Rashida.
Thank you,
Thank you for that
John.
lovely introduction. And welcome, everybody. Glad to see so many beautiful faces tonight. All of you that are watching on YouTube or Facebook, feel free to type any questions that you have in the chat. We'll definitely get some answers back to you. Everyone else, if you're here for the first time, welcome. We're definitely going to give you a chance to introduce yourselves, ask any questions. But for now, let's just go ahead and get started. Thanks again for that wonderful introduction,
Got
Your Royal Highness. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start telling you all why I entertain the thought of getting in such a powerful powerful mission, and we're on a mission to help out 1% of the population that is desperate need of this product. 93% of the population, everybody, I mean, is dealing with some form of metabolic syndrome. And you're going to learn more about that tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just give me a moment. Everyone can hear me okay, correct?
it. Was a little choppy, but it's good. It's good. You
Right.
frozen.
Middle of nowhere. I'm actually in Georgia right now, Camilla, Georgia, on my way to Savannah. All
Uh,
right. So everybody can see my screen now, right?
yes.
Yes. Okay, great. All right. So basically, I found myself, in a position where I'm caught up in the truck driver trade-off. And actually, one moment, please. Let's see here. Excuse me 1 second. This is actually okay. So, what is a truck driver trade-off? It's it's when you don't really have enough time to spend with your families and friends because I mean I'm always gone. And even though truck driving is a good job, I found that at the end of the month, I always had more month than money. But more importantly than all that, my health and my weight have become a major concern in my life. So that brings up a question. Would you all agree with me when I say that if you had all the time and all the money in the world, it would be pretty difficult to enjoy without great health, right? Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mhm.
most definitely.
YouTube,
No.
Facebook, write your answer in the chat. All right. So let me share with everybody a few disturbing facts. 90% of America are metabolically unhealthy, got high blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar problem, time high. Over 100 million adults in the US are currently dealing with diabetes or prediabetes, heart disease. And we all know that it's become the number one killer in the world. And childhood obesity is also growing at an alarming rate. In this chart on the left-hand side of the screen, you see that the top 10 leading causes of death. Well, 9 of those are preventable. 9 of them are preventable. So taking all that into consideration, we have another question. Would you all agree that we have a problem?
Yeah,
If you agree with that statement, we have a
yes.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the reasons behind all these problems is our modern day food environment. From the moment we get up, we go to our kitchen and we are just bombarded by all these companies ready to feed us the 5 major food groups. Those 5 major food groups are high fructose corn syrup, artificial ingredients, refined carbohydrates, low nutrients, and low fiber. Okay, those aren't the real 5 major food groups, but y'all understand what I'm talking about. It's all very addictive, and it's what's causing insulin resistance. But that is the processed food. We know that's bad for I mean, as a truck driver, I've seen even things with the agriculture and the produce, and you all see them when you go to the store as well. You know, apples, oranges, onions, they're huge. Pumpkins have skin tags on them for some strange reason. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. Uh, watermelon, they don't have. I remember a long time ago that used to be like a selling point. You'd open up the sales paper and see in big bold letters, "We have seedless watermelons." Everyone would rush down to the store because they'd never seen anything like that before, and you just had to go check that out. Now they're plentiful; they're everywhere. Why is that? Because they're doing something to the food, and it's causing insulin resistance. Okay, so here's some signs of insulin resistance. Unfortunately, most doctors, let me say many doctors, don't talk to us about insulin resistance. And you can be insulin resistant for 10, 15, 20 years even before you're finally diagnosed with something worse, like high blood pressure or diabetes, pre-diabetes, Crohn's colitis. And then you might find yourself upset because you're wondering, well, why weren't you warned about this? Well, pay attention to what I'm about to go through and ask yourself if you or anybody that you know are dealing with any of these signs, because these are the warning signs of being insulin resistant. Skin tags running up down the back of your neck. See those on everybody, all over the place. The tags themselves are basically harmless, not the sexiest thing in the world, but it is a sign of insulin resistance. Constant hunger, just constantly raiding the refrigerator, just cannot leave stuff alone. Inability to lose weight. You tried this diet, that diet. It's not that diets don't work; they're just unsustainable because you got constant cravings for salt and sugar. Can't leave the chips alone. Can't leave the cookies alone. Just gotta have it. What is this? I don't care. Give me a whole lot of it. Migraines. I used to wake up with migraines on the truck frequently, almost every day. Couldn't explain why. Maybe it was my blood pressure, maybe it was my cholesterol levels. I don't know. But one thing that I do know now is that too is a sign of insulin resistance. Fatigue. Get up and go, got up and went. You wake up tired. You're feeling lethargic at work. Or you get the itis, that sudden urge and wanting to go to sleep after having a meal. Another is upper abdominal obesity. Touch the top part of your stomach and it's hard, then that's a problem because that's visceral fat that's caked around your organs. Organs are supposed to expand and contract as blood, food, and other liquids flow through them. But if their movement is restricted because of all that visceral fat, that could be a problem. All that is a sign of insulin resistance. So I ask the question again: are you or somebody that you know dealing with any of those signs? Raise your hand if so, or put your answer in the chat if you're watching on social media. Right. Well, the answer could be simple. It could be very, very simple. Get rid of insulin resistance, you can get rid of most health problems. Right? I'm going to go ahead and pivot a little bit, talk about the company, and I'm going to ask Her Royal Highness Queen Rashida to go ahead and talk about the company for us. You ready?
Oh, okay. Thank you, John. The name of our company is Unicity International. Now, this is their newest facility located in Las Vegas, Nevada. Formerly known as Rexall Drugs, Unicity was founded in 2001 when Rexall merged with Enrich International. In 2006, top Unicity distributor, Mr. Stuart Hughes, who has over 3 decades of experience, became CEO and owner of the company. Under his leadership, Unicity has become totally debt-free and is also recognized as one of the top 500 privately held companies in the United States. We're currently doing business in over 60 countries and support over 20 languages worldwide. Unicity's sole mission is to make life better. Looks like the screen's frozen, but I'm not. Unicity holds a very strong position within the wellness industry, which is on track to becoming $1 trillion industry over the next 8 to 10 years, and is predicted to create 10 million new millionaires. We are Unicity International, everybody, making life better. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So, oops. Hold on a second. Did I lose everybody? Hold on.
I'm here.
Yep. All right. I don't know why the screen was doing that, but let's continue on. We're going to go ahead and talk about our product. All right. Our flagship product is known as the Feel Great System. It consists of two food-based products, plant products, Unicity Balance and Unimate. That, when coupled with plant-based eating, is what we're going to be talking about tonight. And I'm going to ask my other partner, Dennis Williams, to talk about the Unimate for me.
Thank you, John. Okay, the Udamate tea helps you feel great all day. It's fantastic. Gives you energy. It boosts your mood and physical performances, and it also boosts mental clarity. Now, it helps with brain fog and supports mental health. It suppresses the hunger and the cravings. It gives you 10 times more feel-good elements found in a typical cup of coffee without the crashes or the jitter. Now, it can be enjoyed hot or cold, and we take it through a 5-step process. Excuse me, John. A 5-step process. That 5-step process is we handpick the leaves, fire roasted, extraction, and concentrated. And we purification system that we have goes straight from the farm to the sack to your bottle. Thank you, John.
Right, right. I'm going to talk about the balance. The balance is a pre-meal drink, and when taken before your meals, it provides critical fiber and support. It also slows the digestion of carbs, promotes healthy blood glucose, insulin, cholesterol, and triglyceride levels. It also has a 7X technology in it, plus the fiber matrix, which is 8 different strands of fiber designed to help you to feel full long. It keeps you full for a very, very long time. Things of vitamin complex that provides you with daily vitamins and minerals. It also helps to balance your gut health and possibly get rid of unwanted fat, right? Here's how things go at Unicity. We have our own dedicated in-house scientists and specialists. There's also third-party certifications, okay? And most of these agencies that you're looking at up here are sports agencies, because professional athletes aren't going to put just anything into their bodies. So even the sports agencies, vouch for this product. We also have 18 natural products in the PDR, which is the prescriber's digital reference, formerly known as the physician's desk reference. Tell your doctor about it and say, hey, it's in the PD. They will look it up and they will see everything about the Unimate and the Balance, as well as 16 other products. There's been clinical studies done by leading hospitals and universities, UNLV, Sydney University, which is the home of the glycemic index, Brigham Young University, University of Connecticut, Columbia University, and even Cleveland Clinic went so far as to say that such a product, if taken regularly, could lower cardiovascular risk on a population basis and decrease the need and or dose of lipid-lowering prescription drugs. That's the Cleveland Clinic's words, talking about the Feel Great system. These products are patented and the ingredients are sourced directly from the farmers. When people get on the Feel Great system, one thing that they notice is not only are they improving their, but they're also starting to save some money. Look at some of these comments that have just rolled into us. Savings on groceries. The system pays for itself, $200 down, $500 savings a month. Even a reduction in medications, high blood pressure medications, insulin. All that's, results in a huge cost savings. There's even CPAs in this list who have testified that they're even noticing the cost savings. So that's the Feel Great system. Been scientifically proven to reduce insulin resistance when coupled with time-based eating. And as I said earlier, if you can get rid of insulin resistance, you can get rid of most health problems. These products taste great, and they're also safe for children as well as lactating moms. Unicity's Feel Great system is unique, unmistakable, and simply impossible to duplicate. Does all that make sense? Raise your hand if it does. All right, all right. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and stop here. And we're open the floor up any questions and testimony. So feel free to turn on your microphone, turn on your camera. If you got any testimonies, and also if you want to go ahead and take time to welcome your guest, please do so. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, again, you can write your questions in the comments, and myself or someone else will get back to you.
Well, John, I'll be glad to welcome my guest. Oops, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm happy to welcome my guest, Ms. Barbara Pierce. who is on the product now, and I think she's feeling pretty good about that.
Feeling
I'm
great.
looking. Yeah. So thank you, Barbara, for coming on. I don't see anybody else just yet. I'm looking. I love all
Let
of
me ask
y'all,
you,
though.
how long has Miss Barbara been on the product?
2 weeks now.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I'm really feeling good. I work about 2 days in a week, and I tell you, I've been so hyper at work, I can't believe it.
All right. Loving it, loving it. Go
Well,
ahead,
John,
Richard.
I got my testimony where how I got
Yes, ma'am.
started in the fifth grade system in February. I started on February the 8th of last year because I couldn't walk. So that was my problem. I couldn't walk. I wanted to walk. My range of motion was good 'cause I had surgery in, in October 2023 on my left knee again. And I had an implant in 2015. And after that surgery, I hollered for 4 months, nonstop, all day and all night, holly screaming all day, all night, nonstop. Couldn't walk. My range of motion was good, but I just could not walk. That was the problem. The pain was so severe, it was like a constantly stabbing knife in my knee. So once I got on the system, that third day, oh my God, I was able to walk to the door because I released so much information, fluid out my body, the information, because I was going to have surgery again in June the 23rd. But thank God he let me came across the field grade system. I'm telling you, this is some powerful stuff. People need to realize all the pain they in and stuff. It's nothing but information. Arthur got them down. Arthur had me down for years. You know, 'cause I went through so many surgeries behind Arthur. Arthur. If nobody don't know Arthur is arthritis. But I'm divorced him now, so he out of my body. He out of my life. So, but he had me bound. Every time I get up to start by walking, doing stuff again for myself, he come back at me worse. He said, well, he was telling me I can't stay down. He gonna have to come back worse again. So they had to have 2 hip surgeries back a month apart in 2022, you know. So I had some surgeries behind Arthur. He ain't nothing to play with. So I thank God for the field grade system, because if not, I probably would have been buried. I know I probably would, because I ain't needed the surgery because I don't fit information.
Amen.
All right. I want to
Amen.
just show very briefly Miss Cynthia's transformation here, if I could.
I'm telling you, I'm bike driving, dancing. That was 156, 150, 165 pounds. I was about to get 31 more pounds, would have been back to 196, what I've been for years. And I ain't want to get like that no more. My body, it would tear me down.
You look great. All right.
Yep.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Hey, y'all. Good evening.
Good
Hey,
evening.
Reggie.
Yes,
Reg.
yes. Well, I'll be down there to Columbus and tomorrow. Um, I like to have some good news from my mom. She's doing everything's okay now. Her blood pressure was a little high for a couple of days, but now her blood pressure today was 118 over 59. And, and
Yeah.
her blood pressure, her pulse was 81 and temperature 93, 98.3, oxygen level 96. Mine's today was 120 over 66, pulse,
Fantastic.
Go.
79. So, I feel you're young, feeling good and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
I I, I feel so good. I don't want to hurt myself, but
That's what I call the field grade system.
yeah, the feel great system, man. Oh, but
That's right.
yeah, man. And my mom, she was listening to some music. She even with her roller leg, she even cut a step a little bit.
What?
Yes, yeah, yeah. So it's we just enjoying ourselves right now,
Yes.
and
Fantastic.
and I and I'm looking forward to coming down
Amen.
Saturday.
All
Thank
right.
you, Reg.
Thank you,
You're
Reggie.
welcome. You're welcome.
Anybody, if you know anybody in the Columbus, Georgia area, definitely get them over to the mega meetup taking place this Saturday. We're gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
let us Rashida
All right.
talk about that. If you would.
Well, I lost 5 pounds more,
All right.
Amen.
and I'm
Congratulations.
excited.
I know that's
Yeah.
right.
Every
Congratulations
time
on that.
I get excited over 1 pound, but 5 pounds, that's a lot for me.
Mhm.
I'm very happy.
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
John, I had a potential customer ask me if she gets on the Feel Great system, will she have to take it for the rest of her life? Will she have to, because she was talking about how the doctor says she has to be on certain medicines for the rest of her life. Is that the same way with the Feel Great system?
Thanks for that question. That's actually very one of those frequently asked questions. I want to give my opinion on this. Like you said, when doctors put you on a medication, they look at you, you're on the white lab coat, they kind of stare down at you. You are going to be on this medication for the rest of your life, and you feel shackled. It's not like that with the Feel Great system. With this system, you're in control. Now, many of us, myself included, do plan on staying on it for the rest of our lives. Okay, but that's my choice. Everyone else who feels that's their choice. Some people
That's right.
don't really feel that way. I had a customer called me up not too long ago, said that they had reached their health goal and wanted to know if they could stop. I said, well, do you feel like you've learned how the food affects your body? And she said yes. I said, okay, well then, I mean, you do what you want to do.
That's
You do
it.
what you want to do. You're in control.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the beautiful things about this product. We have our own nurse, Lavanya Crawford, on. I'm going to let her chime in on that question if she has anything she'd like to add to that.
Hey guys. So with this system, we have to remember that the reason why we're all here is our modern day food. It simply doesn't have the fiber. It's been robbed and hijacked and stripped of all of the fiber and the nutrients from the food that we're eating. So if we go back to eating that same way and that same food, we don't change it, we're going to end up eventually back in that same pattern, back in that same situation. Fasting by itself, just solely on willpower is hard. We've all tried it. I've tried it, but with this system, it makes it so simple to use, so simple to drink, mix it, take it wherever you go, and just stay on track and just live your life and have your freedom. So for me, like John, I'll be on it for infinity. I'll never go back to off of the Feel Great system because I know where I was, where I'm at now, and I see it every day in the hospital. People that have blinders on have no idea what's going on, why they're there in the hospital struggling with their health is because of our modern day food industry. And when they go to their doctors, they're told that they're fine, you're okay, lose some weight, watch what you're eating, but it's hard. It's so hard. So knowledge is power. So we're here to spread the word, get the knowledge out, and have more people to join us on this mission to help so many change their lives.
Right.
God knows I'm gonna be on it for the rest of my life. Cause the doctor said I was gonna be had them iron pill 14 years that I had to be on the rest of my life. So hey, and take an iron pill twice a day, anemia for 14 years, take an iron pill twice a day. I was on it for them for 14 years, throughout the rest of my life. So I know I told my Heavenly Father, I'm gonna be if it worked for me, I'm gonna be on it for the rest of my life. If it don't, I can get my money back. So I had nothing to lose.
And that's how I was. I was desperate and skeptical when I seen somebody waving packets on the TikTok. I don't have nothing else to lose. I'm desperate. So I ordered and tried, and it worked.
That's
It
it.
worked.
That's it. Lavanya, that's it. That's what I did. I just want to walk. That was my problem. I just want to walk. I was gonna do anything because I want to have surgery again, but I was gonna do it. If I wouldn't find nothing, I was gonna go into the knife again, didn't need it.
Yes.
All right. Yes, definitely. I think that's a good segue to mention this. For anybody out there that might be on or considering, weight or GLP agonist, such as Ozempic or Wegovy, this is some information I got from Dr. Benjamin Bigman. He said that when you're on that medication, it creates fat cells. Did I hear him correctly with that, Nurse Lavanya?
Yes. what it's doing is creating more fat cells for that glucose to go and store. So
And
just figure like little buggy cars. Like you
right,
started
right.
with 10, now it's going to duplicate. Now you're going to have 20 little carts for the fat to go and the glucose to go store.
Mm.
So when you get done and you come off of the medicine, now you have more fat cells. And then it's good. You're going to have the 3 Fs. You're going to be, excuse my language, fat, frail, and mental fragility. There's a video out there on that where he uses those 3 Fs because you're going to have more fat cells. Now you're going to be more sicker. You're going to lose bone and muscle, right? So you're not going to have the strength or the muscle to get you up and going. That's why you see people with that Ozempic face, because they're losing bone mass and tissue. And once you lose it, you never get it back. And then you're going to have that mental fragility, meaning like anxiety, depression, suicidal. I had a person that share with me, I introduced them to the system, and then, I gave them the information, and they want to go and try some different things, and got 1 dose of an injection. And she came back crying. I hadn't seen her in a while. She came back crying to work and shared with me that from that 1 dose, it took her into a tailspin where she was like suicidal, just from 1 dose of it. 1 dose. So you have to know the warning signs. The black box warnings is clearly there with these medicines, and it hasn't been out long enough, So why not take something that's natural? Your yerba mate tea is going to help your small intestine naturally to create and produce its own GLP-1 to suppress and control your appetite naturally by 60 to 70%. So the more tea you have, the more suppression you're going to have with drinking your yerba mate tea versus the risk of all of the other things. Look at the black box warning: thyroid cancer, pancreatic cancer, severe nausea, vomiting. You can't eat because that synthetic form of that GLP-1, it totally suppresses your appetite by 6 to 7 hours, and you're not feeling hungry. So basically forces your body into a forced starvation. So you're not hungry. So the body has no choice but to tap in and burn fat and muscle.
Comes to considering whether or not you have to stay on this for the rest of your life. We've heard that many of these insurance companies aren't covering those GLP-1 agonists, beyond a certain period of time. So if you're on it, unless you got one of those serious hookups, at some point in time you're going to come off.
Yeah.
And many people who have ended up being, regaining all that weight and ended up gaining more than what they started with.
Yeah. And the snacking and cravings comes back with a vengeance. You're more hungry because you got more fat cells. Yeah.
All right.
You have a question, Miss Tamika?
I do. Thank you. I would like to welcome all my guests that's on the meeting tonight. And I would like to add, a lot of us, we don't know that disease starts within the gut.
Yep.
And when you eat different foods, which the feel great system allows you to eat what you want, but you're not eating breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. If you are diabetic or a pre-diabetic, make it make sense to me that I have to eat 6 small meals a day to maintain a balanced sugar, glucose. When you start on the feel great system, you're going to eventually go down to maybe 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day, and you're cutting out all of your snacking. You're not snacking. Your energy level goes up. I'm no longer dealing with brain fog. It's just a feel great system. I'm losing the weight.
Right.
What else can I say about it? Your health is your wealth. If you're not healthy, you're not going to be wealthy.
Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
Yeah,
John, I
that's
got
cool.
something to say.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor or anything, but one of the strangest things that I've heard, or I thought was incredible, where it was eat 6 small meals a day. You know, so yeah, I feel you on that one. What kind of sense does that make? Especially if they're not telling you what those 6 small meals should consist of. There's a lot of carbohydrates among those meals, then I think you're asking for trouble. But I'm not a doctor. Yes. Who was that?
Robert.
That was me, John.
All right.
I was at the hospital with Dad 2 weeks ago. He's been in the hospital 2 weeks, and the doctor said that he wouldn't survive 24 to 48 hours, and that was 2 weeks ago today. The doctor's amazed.
Wow.
I told him, I said, you done pissed my daddy off because he heard what you said, and he's going to show you better than he can tell you. Dad talked all night last night. I like, please, Daddy, go to sleep.
What was your daddy's highest A1C?
14, and he's no longer a diabetic. He's a 5.5 now.
Wow.
And he was taking 45 units of insulin a day.
Wow.
Way to go.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Congratulations to your dad.
Fantastic. Congratulations, bro.
All right. All right. I want to go and remind everyone who is here as a guest, definitely, if anything that you've heard tonight, intrigues you, if you're ready to get started, please get back with the person that invited you, order the system. They're going to give you a referral link. Hey, we'll welcome you into the community. All right. Anybody else have any questions or testimonies they want to share?
John, I just would like to remind people that we recently learned, and maybe Nurse LaVonna Crawford can elaborate a little bit. The type 1 and type 2 diabetes, we've always known about it. And we know from the testimonies that people are reversing all of that. But now there's a type 3 diabetes, and I don't think it should be taken lightly because it's type 3. And I asked my little girl over here, the round-headed girl, if I call her name, she'll start talking. But I just asked her, tell me about type 3 diabetes. So I would encourage all of our viewers, if you're on social media, ask your girl to elaborate on type 3 diabetes. And with that being said, Nurse LaVonna, I know that type 3 and what it is now linked to is long term. That's something that's probably been brewing for years. But would you say that if a person is on the Feel Great system, that and Ms. Tamika just talked about brain fog being gone, and I'm thinking mental clarity. I've watched Reggie. We all watch Reggie come all the way around and very clear on the A1C now, but we remember when it was 1CA and C1A. But Nurse Crawford, what would you say about a person who is full-blown type 3 and if drinking the tea and putting the fiber and time-based eating, could we possibly see a change in that person?
So many may not even know or never even heard of type 3 diabetes. That's insulin resistance of the brain. Okay, that's dementia, that's Alzheimer's. There is some members, they started their mom on the Feel Great system. They were having some early signs and symptoms, cognitive deficit, the brain fog, before starting the system. And they felt that they were losing their mom, got them on the system, and mom has come almost complete full circle cognitively, with getting the nutrients back into the brain. Because when you become insulin resistant, the cells have a blockage. It's like a padlock door. And especially to the brain, it's not getting nutrients from the foods that we eat to give the brain the nourishment that it needs. So definitely, if you have a loved one that's early signs, symptoms, or full blown, I don't know, have any personal receipts on full blown, but early signs and symptoms of that cognitive deficits, you can't remember things or people's names. Even for me, I was feeling like, oh, I'm gonna be like, I hope I don't be like my grandmother's sisters. All of them had dementia, but guess what? They love sugar. They love sugar. Now you have the answer, right? Sugar was the root cause, but we didn't know that. We didn't have the science or the technology back then. We just thought that was hereditary, and we hope that we never experienced that. But yes, start on this system. Start sipping on the tea, baby, and let's get some cognitive, clear that brain, mental fog up, get some mental clarity, get your energy. My 82-year-old mother uses this system. She loves it. She's still gonna get her little nap during the day, but not like where she has to, you know. She get up and get busy.
Get her yard. She get her
Morning,
yard. I
midday,
see.
she done did what
Yeah.
she got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She
type
was
2
good.
diabetes is dementia of the brain. I'll repost again on my Facebook page. I have some really good information on dementia. So if you have a loved one that's struggling with that and on some medications and just been diagnosed, get your loved one on the system because it's definitely going to help with the neuron process. I'm not going to go into too sciencey with it, but research the health benefits of chlorogenic acid on the brain.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, we do have another Zoom meeting at the top of the hour on Thursdays. It's like our marathon day. We just finished up with Marcus Autry. I don't see him in the audience anymore, but at the top of the next hour, our own nurse Lavanya Crawford will be hosting her own Zoom meeting. And so let me give her the microphone back and talk a little bit about that if you like.
Yeah. So come right back at 7 o'clock. Invite some more friends and family. My partner, Miss Aurelia, she's going to join in. Hopefully, Miss Anita, Dion, and Janae will join us and the whole team. Come back and just keep learning more. Just keep plugging in and bringing and sharing this information. Share to your social medias to get more people to come and hear this powerful information that is life-changing. We all have a testimony, and it's 18 of us here, 18 testimonies in just this little small group. And this is just barely touching the surface of how big unicity. We're in 63 countries globally, worldwide, and changing lives. We've changed already in America over 100,000 lives with the Feel Great system. So what are you waiting for? Let's go.
All right.
All right. I'll go ahead and post the meeting ID and the passcode in the chat. The link is right there. There we go.
Thank you.
You'll feel free to copy that for the top of the next hour, and definitely come back and join Nurse Crawford. I see we do have a couple of guests in here, and I definitely want to give everyone a chance to ask their questions. Does anybody, any of the new guests, have any questions, or those that invited you? Let's go ahead and give them a proper welcome.
Welcome aboard. Did Nurse Jennifer, did you get the code, hon? Did she get the code for the next Zoom?
Put it in the chat.
No, hello, good evening. I did not. I just got on. So if you could repost it, it was probably before I jumped on. Thank you all so much. That was what I did here was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I was invited by Cynthia.
All right.
Okay.
Miss Florida.
The link is in the chat, Nurse Jennifer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Please come right back on at 7 o'clock. Hear more amazing information and testimonials.
Yes.
All right.
Do I need to claim the iPhone?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Ms. Shamika, how are you?
Hey.
That John's on.
Ridgeland, Mississippi.
Okay.
Thank you for coming, Jennifer.
Mika.
Welcome, Shamika.
We love you.
We love you guys too. It's my cousin Shamika Banks.
Oh.
She's from Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm trying to get her on the Feel Great system.
All right.
Yes. We have a lot of different ailments in our family, and I know that this will really work.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing, Ms. Shamika, what are some of the things that you're struggling with?
Well,
The issue,
I have a lot of depression right now. Both my parents just passed.
Oh, my condolences. Sorry.
It's been a year now, and I thought it was just aging that I have a lot of brain fog. Like, I have started a new job 5 months ago, and so I'm learning something totally new. I quit my job February of 23 to take care of my parents full time. And I don't know, after that, after I left work for a whole year, it's like now it's hard for me to learn something new. I have started working in the heart clinic. I've never worked in a heart clinic before. So I'm learning new medicines and new things about the heart. And I worked in a primary care for 8 years, and everything was just like click click. But now this heart clinic, I thought it was aging. Like I know I'm only 47, but it's like I can't remember things like I used to. Um, but maybe it's the medicine I'm taking also for my depression, and I wanted that. And then I've gained so much weight. Like when my parents was alive, I guess I always was a busybody because I always was taking care of them, running around, making sure they were okay. And I had lost like 30 some pounds. Then it's like creeping back up. My uniforms are tight that I bought when I first started back working. I went back to work February, month January, February, March, 3 months ago. And I so like I know I started gaining weight. But I really would like to try something to help with that and with gaining weight. I love to snack. Snacking has been my comfort.
Coping.
Chips and
Well,
cookies.
definitely, definitely.
Hard during the day.
Uh,
Hey, Keisha. Um, yeah, I have a 24-year-old and this 9. 24-year-old about to go to
definitely follow Tamika's lead. And, yeah, get on the system, and we'll be looking for because this is being not streamed and recorded on Facebook and YouTube. So we're all going to come back one day, and we're going to pull up the video clip of you saying everything you're dealing with, and you're going to have such a wonderful testimony because you're not going to be dealing with that anymore.
No,
right.
We're looking
no,
forward.
no, no. Not on your,
Welcome.
get on your field-based system.
Welcome,
Just-
and get back with Tamika, and we're looking forward to hearing your testimony.
Okay. Thank you. Nice to meet everybody.
Nice meeting you. Take care.
Welcome,
Thank you for
Tamika.
sharing. Thank you for opening and sharing your story.
Thank
Yes.
you. I love you, cousin.
This is a blessing and this a blessing for you, sis.
You know, my mama was the baby of 14 kids.
Yes.
Of course, my name is Tamika
Nurse Crawford.
in the family because my mama was the baby.
Yeah, she was born on August the 4th, and I was born on August the 3rd.
Yep, you were.
Alrighty. Nurse Crawford, you have your hand up.
Yeah, so this system is definitely going to help you with those feelings of depression, because you're going to be healing your gut. And remember, your gut and your brain has a direct connection. So you're going to start giving it the fiber, the microbes. It's going to increase your serotonin, to help your mood. You're just going to start feeling amazing. So just congratulations for taking the first step to come to this Zoom call and be so vulnerable to open up and share what you're experiencing. And we're all here to love on you and support you and guide you through. I'm here personally. If you have any questions, hey, we got you. Let's go. So happy for you.
Yes.
All right. Well, I definitely want to thank everyone for coming on. Am I mistaken, or has Nurse Crawford lost some more weight? She's just looking. I just noticed it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the system. I don't know. But I want to thank everybody for coming on out. We definitely want to go ahead and join Mr. Crawford at the top of the hour. And also, mega meetups coming up. We got Columbus, Georgia. Well, first of all, we have Dallas Friday. At Dallas,
Dallas
Friday.
tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tika Jernigan will be there. We'll definitely go
Yes.
meet with Jernigan at the meetup in Dallas. You get back with the person that invited you. They'll give you all the information. Columbus, Georgia is Saturday. And also the Saturday afterwards. Saturday afterwards, we have like 3 competing mega meetups going on. Both Columbuses, Columbus, Georgia, Columbus, Ohio, with our own Catherine White, and also in Houston, Texas. I will be at that one, along with Marie Ramirez, and we'll be definitely propping up Texas. All right. So, am I forgetting anything? Am I missing anything? Oh, all right. Okay, cool. With all that being said, I definitely want to thank everyone again, and also encourage all of our guests both here on Zoom and also on social media. Get back with the person that invited you. If you're just watching on YouTube, Facebook, you can always go to goandfeelgreat.com to order the system. And with all that being said, until the next time, y'all go and feel great. Everybody here that's from Georgia, if you could hang out just a little bit after we sign off, I would appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.